From Leo and Mary Jane's house, there's Boundary Peak and Montgomery Peak up there, which you can't see from my house. And I'm going to look down the White Mountain Range here, since I'm down in this end of the valley, and see if it'll you can get it. That's looking down toward White Mountain, and that's White Mountain Peak down there, if the sun's going to let it come in. Now this is Leo's radio room. Really impressive. There's a Collins S-line, I guess it is. And an old Demco satellite. And a Yaesu receiver. And a VHF all-mode rig, which I can't read from here. And different preamps and scopes and Yaesu radios and an 830 Kenwoods and computer, and a lot of radios on the bottom too. Some old vintage ones. Siltronics. Anyway, this gives you pretty good. And there's a Yaesu, the FL 101 and FR 101, 101 ZDs, Drake TR7s. .430 Kenwood, and I think a 120 or 130. T901DM. Big coax switches and Leo seat. And there's a immaculate, just like brand new Collins S-line, which has got a beautiful receiver in it. Parts and things and hats. Anyway, that's that. Now we're coming down Fish Lake Valley, Highway 264. There's the Evergreen Mine Road. And that's over to the left is where Herschel Hansen lives. You can see the White Mountains to the right. Coming up to the Cord Ranch. Cord Ranch is to the left. And that's Lighty Creek that runs down to the Cord Ranch. You can probably see that coming down, maybe through this thing, I don't know. About 5 miles from my house at this point. This thing's recording good enough, not too much sunlight. Maybe it won't be too bumpy. I'm sure it's somewhat bumpy. I'm riding along here in my Toyota pickup. Closer to Lighty Creek here. slowpoke truck. The sign here says Fish Lake Valley Cemetery. It goes through the Court Ranch. Jim Boyce that bought it, he doesn't want this road going here anymore, so he's giving people trouble about going through on the county road down through his property. He doesn't like that. Here comes a big piece of farm equipment coming down the road here of some kind. Looks like a big disc. Coming up to where the wild horse corrals were at one time, and Dyer School is down here just ahead of us. We're coming up to Dyer School. I'll slow down here a little bit. Look off over here toward the school. Anyway, there's the school buildings, if you can see them through the lenses. And right over here it says Dyer Elementary School, if you can get that through all of this bouncing around and engine noise. Anyway, there's the sign out there, Dyer Elementary School. Over here to the right, going down the road, you can look up there, and that is the community center and the library. And the repeater's going off in the background. Anyway, this is the park, and over here to the right. It's the park and rodeo grounds. Kind of a recreation center here, Fish Lake Valley. As you can see, the signs going by. Fish Lake Valley Community Park and Recreation Center. And here coming up is the old community center from many years ago when I was a little kid. See lots for sale there. It's kind of a little building and housing development. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I may have to go back over to erase it or something. And now we're going down the road. Driving on this camera, so a little difficult. Let's see what happens here. Coming up to some more stock corrals. And over here in front of us also is where the old Dyer grocery store many years ago was, and a bar. Anyway, it's abandoned now. That's it down here at the corner. Also across the street is where Hank Patterson used to live. It's all burned down now, Hank's place. Anyway, there's the old grocery store and stuff there. It's all abandoned. Boards are gone. We're just crossing Perry Aiken Creek. Another part of the original creek bed. Down in front of us here, ahead is a Swan's truck that goes around and delivers frozen groceries to the houses. And it'll probably come into our house today. And And this is not the summertime, this is the wintertime when everything is all brown and dead looking. Summertime it's very green out here. Swan's truck is turning off in front of us, going down to Hartman's place. We'll have a sign coming up here, cross traffic ahead, and that will mean that you're coming into the main center of Fish Lake Valley here, Dyer, Nevada, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there's a speed limit sign there, 45 miles per hour. Another sign coming up down here is going to have a fire truck on it for the, we have a fire ambulance service here that runs on emergency only, basically. And also the post office. And Dixie put up a sign out there that says welcome to Dyer. And this is the post office right here. As you can see, United States Post Office, Dyer, Nevada. And across over there is the store and the Boonies bar and restaurant, and then a little gift shop there. And that's basically all there is to this place, the Nevada Bell building. Now we're coming down the road that goes to our house. I can keep this thing going here, right? It's on a dirt road, as you can see. There's where Bill and Debbie Kirby live. First curve here by the building, and then we turn back again. Go down the road. Coming up to bend in the elbow, and Pete and Rita's garage, big shop out there. Now this is the road that comes up to our house here, with the trees and all of that. Okay, this is it. I hope this turns out all right enough to where I don't have to do it again. Anyway, we're pulling into the yard now. Midnight standing on the steps. Anyway, this is the driveway into the house.